Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So friends, we have an app by the name Cloud, which you can go and download through the Play Store. Once you have downloaded, you will be able to log in with your Gmail ID, as well as once logged in, you will be transferred to our application, which you can see with various options: home, all courses, my courses and doubts. You will be also provided with the Crack 10 course here, which you can use to pay for the course that will help you to reduce 10% on the amount you will be paying. Apart from this friends, in the course if we talk about, we will be providing you with the current affairs on the daily basis, on weekly basis and on monthly basis. On daily basis we will provide you with 20 questions of quiz along with PDF of that particular day. Similarly for weekly, on weekly purpose, on weekly basis we will be providing you MCQ questions quiz of 50 questions on weekly basis, as well as a PDF of the current affairs of that particular week that are helpful for you. And similar for monthly basis, you will be provided with a PDF of top 100 question and answers of that particular month that will be very helpful for you in the revision purpose. Also friends, we will provide you in bilingual language, that is both in English as well as in Hindi. Also we will be providing you all these PDFs and quizzes also. The quizzes that are in your applications are very helpful and interesting way for revision. Apart from this friends, we have content related to banking awareness also. Apart from that, we provide you current affairs in topic wise format also, such as apps and web portals, important days, books and authors, national affairs, international affairs and many more. Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So friends, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of 20th of July. The session will be very important, so do pay attention till the end. Also friends, you have to watch this video till the end and you have to make notes. Notes making is a very good habit that will fetch you a good habit in the long term. So let's start with the news. But before that friends, these are the homework questions of yesterday's video that was of 19th of July. So these are all the correct answers. Shruti Goyal has given all the correct answers. So congratulations Shruti for your preparation and the answers. Any student who want to match their answer can match from this particular Shruti Goyal. So let's move. First, the news that we are talking about is MSP effective price. What is MSP? And MSP is your minimum support price. So recently government has formed a 29 member panel to make minimum support price effective doors from SKM kept open. What is SKM here? We are talking about SKM was kept open. SKM is your Sumukta Kisan Morcha. So coming back, we will discuss this in a bit. First of all, remember Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare has set up a 29 members committee. They have set up a 29 members committee that will be headed by former Agriculture Secretary Sanjay Agarwal. So this 29 member committee will be chaired by whom? Or it will be headed by whom? Sanjay Agarwal will be the head of this 29 member committee that will look into the matter, or that will look into how to make minimum support price more effective, transparent and also promote zero budget based farming. So this 29 member committee that was based on the MSP that will be headed by whom? Sanjay Agarwal, and the relative ministry, or it can be asked that the 29 member committee of which the head will be Sanjay Agarwal that was on MSP is formed by which ministry? It was your Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. Apart from this, remember there is no mention about the tenure of the panel by which it should submit the report. There are 3 reports for the representatives of Sumukta Kisan Morcha that spearheaded the protest against the farm laws. Alright. Here if we talk about the responsibilities of the committee, it will study the practicality of giving more autonomy to the CACP, that is Commission for Agriculture Cost and Prices, and suggest the measures to make it more scientific. This CACP is the body which recommends MSP to the government by taking into account the cost of inputs and other relevant factors. That what are the costs that are required for the farmer to produce a certain amount of crop. On behalf of that, they will be coming up to a final number of that MSP. The committee has also been asked to provide suggestions on 4 points related to crop diversification, including mapping of existing crops, strategy for diversification policy, reforms in agriculture marketing system, review and suggestion on micro irrigation scheme. Alright, Moving on. Next is also an important news, friends. Do pay attention. India have launched the first unique model to standardize the civil service training institutions. I repeat, India has launched the first unique model to standardize the Civil Service Training Institute, and it is NSC STI. I repeat, NSC STI. What does it stand for? National Standards for Civil Service Training Institutes. I repeat, NSC STI, that is your National Standards for Civil Service Training Institutions. They were introduced at the Capacity Building Commission headquarters, that is your CBC headquarters, that is located in New Delhi. If we talk about this National Standards for Civil Service Training Institutions, remember these are designed by CBC to provide a baseline for central training institutions regarding their current capabilities, to enhance their quality and capacity of training delivery, and to streamline the standards for training. Alright, CBC highlighted a few areas of focus that might substantially enhance the development of civil service capacity, including the training needed assessment. Alright, if we talk about UPSC, can you tell me who is the chairman? He was appointed recently. He is Dr. Manoj Soni. If we talk about UPSC, when was it established? It was established in 1926. So coming back, recently NSC STI were introduced at the Capacity Building Commissions at CBC, that is in New Delhi. And what are these national standards for Civil Service Training Institution? They are the first unique model to standardize the Civil Service Training Institution, and where they are located at the CBC building, that is in New Delhi. Next, we are talking about ONDC. ONDC is your Open Network Digital Commerce. Recently, ONDC has been extended to 15 more cities recently. Alright, so ONDC has expanded to Noida, Bijnor, UP, Lucknow, UP, Faridabad, Chindawada, Bhopal, Kolkata, Pune, Kannur, and many more. We will be seeing these cities here. You can see that these are the cities where now this ONDC has been extended. But what is this Open Network for Digital Commerce? It is an initiative to promote open network for all the aspects of the exchange of goods and services across the digital or electronics network. It aspires to provide new opportunities, curb digital monopolies, and assist micro, small, and medium enterprises as well as the small traders in gaining access to the online platform. Alright, also, if you remember, one district, one product platform was merged with ONDC. And where was this one district, one product? It was of UP that was merged with this ONDC platform. So coming back, this Open Network Digital Commerce has now been expanded to 15 new cities, and these are the 15 new cities you can see here. If we talk about ONDC, who is the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of Open Network Digital Commerce, he is Thampi Koshi. Thampi Koshi. Next news. Next, before moving to this, remember, if we talk about Center of Excellence, first Center of Excellence for Khadi, where was the setup? This was set up in New Delhi. First Center of Excellence for Khadi was set up in New Delhi. Now we are talking about RINL. RINL is your Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited. It has signed an MOU with STPI, that is your Software Technology Park of India, to establish a Center of Excellence in Visakhapatnam. I repeat, we are talking here about RINL, that is Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited, has signed a MOU with STPI, that is your Software Technology Park of India, and the reason was to establish Industry 4.0 Center of Excellence on Industry 4.0. This was for the promotion of innovation and startup activities for RINL and other industries in the Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. The CEO, this Center of Excellence is named as Kal Pataru. So remember this name. What is this? This is a Center of Excellence. Alright, this is a Center of Excellence that was set up with the MOU between RINL, done an MOU, signed an MOU with STPI. So by this MOU, they will be setting up this new Center of Excellence, that is Kal Pataru. And where will this be set up? This will be set up in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Alright, highly important. If we talk about this STPI, STPI Next, and RINL partnership. They plan to incubate around 50 startups in physical mode and 125 startups in virtual mode over a period of 5 years. This MOU between RINL and STPI has been signed for a period of how many years? They have signed this MOU for a period of 3 years. All right. Apart from the premier institutes like IIM Vishakhapatnam and Andhra University will provide support in the form of research inputs, management, and technology. Similarly, if we are talking about this startups technology hub 2.0 was also launched. Where was this launched? This was launched in Hyderabad, that is the capital of Telangana. The reason for this was to promote the ecosystem, startup ecosystem in Hyderabad. This technology hub 2.0 will be hosting more than 2000 startups for their incubation, or it will be acting as an incubator for these more than 2000 startups there. So coming back, let's revise. It was your RINL, that is Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited, that is a corporate entity of Visakhapatnam Steel Plant, has signed a memorandum of understanding with Software Technology Park of India. Moving on, and it was what named? It was named as Kalpataru. Next we are talking about Narendra Modi ji has recently unveiled the Spirit Challenges for Indian Navy in New Delhi. What are these Spirit Challenges? First of all, you should know the full form of this Spirit. SPRINT, Sprint. So supporting pole vaulting and research and development through IDEX, NIOO and TDAC. So this is important. You have to remember the full form. Let me bring you to the full form first that you can remember. Supporting pole vaulting in research and development through IDEX, that is your Innovation for Defense Excellence, NIIO and TDAC, that is your Technology Development Acceleration Cell. This is the full form of the Sprint, and the project Sprint was recently unveiled by whom? It was unveiled by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Alright, NIIO in cooperation with Defense Innovation Organization aims to induct at least 75 new indigenously technologies or products into the Indian Navy. Alright, about the seminar, if we talk about, the seminar was organized by NIIO and SIDM, that is your SIDM stands for Society of Indian Defense Manufacturers. This will provide a platform for leaders from industries, academia, services and government to come together to a common platform to ideate and come up with solutions for the defense sector. These sessions dedicated to innovation, indigenization, armament and aviation will also be held. So coming back, who hosted this seminar? It was NIO that hosted and SIDM, that is Society of Indian Defense Manufacturers, hosted this seminar, during which this Sprint Challenge was released. And what is the full form of this Sprint Challenge? Sprint Challenge stands for Supporting Pole Vaulting Research Through Development, IDEX, NIO and TDAC. Alright, so remember Narendra Modi ji unveiled this Sprint Challenges during the Naval Innovation and Indigenization Organization seminar, that is NIO. NIO hosted this seminar during which this particular Sprint Challenges were released. What was the name of the seminar? It was Swalambhan. Swalambhan was the name of the seminar during which the Spirit Challenges were released. So you have to remember this. Alright. And what these Spirit Challenges will do? The aim of them is to boost the usage of indigenization technology in the Indian Navy. This was a 2-day seminar that was held from 18th to 19th of July in New Delhi. So NIO hosted the seminar during which Spirit Challenges were released. The name of the seminar was Swalambhan, and the Spirit Challenges, you have to see the full form here, you have to remember it. And what was the aim of the Sprint Challenges that were released? It was to aim to boost the use of indigenization technology in the Indian Navy sector. Next, Harghar Tiranga campaign. Recently, more than 20 crore homes will be hosting the Tiranga at their, or you can say tricolor, at the roof of their house. Preparation of Har Ghar Tiranga campaign to be carried out under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav was reviewed by Union Home Minister Amit Shah. As a part of the program, the tricolor will be flown atop more than 20 crore houses across the country from 13th to 15th of August 2022 through the public participation, while government and private establishments will also be involved in this particular. Then next we will be talking about our Union Labour Minister Bhupendra Yadav has attended the BRICS 8th Labour and Employment Ministers meeting that was held in the year 2022. So if we are talking about it, it was the 8th edition. It was the 8th edition of the Labour and Employment Ministers meeting that was held under the Chinese presidency in Beijing, China. The labor and the employment minister of the member countries Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa participated in this particular meeting. What were the initiatives that were taken, or what was the aim that people were talking about on this particular meet? So remember, Bhupendra Yadav emphasized several steps made to provide free nation, enhancing the number of days assured employment under Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, and also gave the collateral free loans to 2.9 million street vendors to assist them to resume their businesses via PM Street Vendor Atmanirbhar Nidhi Yojana during the COVID-19 pandemic. Also in India, a number of decentralized renewable energy livelihoods opportunities has been created, including solar dryers and cold storage chillers and powered by biomass. Also, India has taken initiative to leverage on the potential of the blue economy and agroforestry. Indian government has made various initiatives to improve the welfare of the informal sector workers, including the creation of the e-Shram portal and the conduct of all India surveys of migrant workers and domestic workers. So coming back friends, if we talk about the labor and employment ministers meeting from India, who attended this meeting? He was Bhupendra Yadav who attended this meeting. It was held under the presidency of China, and it was held in China, Beijing, China. Location is also important. Then you have to remember that which edition of this labor and employment minister meeting was attended by Bhupendra Yadav. It was the 8th edition of this BRICS labor and employment minister meeting was held. Who all are the members of BRICS? Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa are the members of BRICS. All right, next, yes, one more thing friends, there is a theme also for the BRICS that you have to remember, that is for 16th BRICS summit. The theme was foster high quality BRICS partnership to usher in a new era for global development. Next we are talking about government has declared zero coupon, zero principal instruments as securities. I repeat, the central government has declared a zero coupon, zero principal instrument as securities for the purpose of Securities Contract Regulation Act of 1956. This declaration is a run-up to setting up a social stock exchange, that is your SSE. About zero coupon, zero principal instrument, these are the instrument issued by a not-for-profit organization, that is your NPO, which will be registered with the SSE segment of a recognized stock exchange. These will be governed by rules made by the Securities and Exchange Board of India. If we talk about this SSE, remember, the idea for the SSE was introduced by Union Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, who is in the Ministry of Finance, in her budget speech for the year 1920. It will serve private and non-profit sector providers by channeling greater capital to them. It will be a separate segment for the existing stock exchanges, and SEBI's board cleared a framework for SSE for fundraising by social enterprises. Alright, highly important. If we talk about the eligibility for this, social enterprises eligible to participate in the SSE should have social intent and impact as their primary goal. They will have to engage in a social activity out of the list of 15 broad activities that will be provided by SEBI itself. And how many options are there? 15 broad activities are approved by RBI, SEBI. That also you have to remember. Question can be asked to you that how many under SSE, how many activities has been approved by SEBI? So 15 broad activities were approved by SEBI, under which these SSEs can be opened up. Alright, so about zero coupon and zero principal instruments, these are the instruments that are issued by NPO, which will be registered with the SSE, that is social Social stock exchange, that is your SSE. All right. Next we are talking about lithium ion cells. Recently we saw that it was your Ola Electric that made the first indigenously developed lithium ion cells, and they will be building up a gigafactory also in Chennai, and this will start the production by the year 2023. So now we are seeing that India's first ever public private partnership for the large scale advanced lithium ion cells. So remember, it is your CSIR and CESRI, that is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. Headquarter of the CSIR is in New Delhi. The department of this, that is Central Electrochemical Research Institute, and Gode India has entered into a public-private partnership, that is a triple P model, through a memorandum of agreement to operate and maintain an advanced lithium ion cell manufacturing facility in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. I repeat, this facility also that will be working on to making the lithium ion cells. This will also be set up where this will be in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and a memorandum of agreement was signed between two organizations. Can you name them? They are Gode India and your CECRI, that is a department of CSIR. So what is the full form of CECRI? It is Central Electrochemical Research Institute, and your Gode India have came under a triple P partnership to sign a memorandum of agreement to operate and maintain lithium ion cells manufacturing facility that will be in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. This is India's first ever public private partnership for large scale advanced lithium ion cells manufacturing. Alright, for these lithium ion cells, this also remember it was your Ola Electric also that developed the first indigenously built lithium ion cells, and that will be setting up a gigafactory in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Alright, right now, as of now, India is importing almost all of the lithium ion cells, mostly from China or from South Korea. Alright. Morgan Stanley has slashed down the India's GDP forecast for the fiscal year 23 to 7.2%. Earlier, Morgan Stanley was saying that India will be growing by 7.6% in the fiscal year 23, but now they have slashed down the GDP forecast to 7.2%. Then also remember some other agencies that gave the GDP projection for India. Say for example, World Bank. It slashed down the India's GDP forecast for fiscal year 23 to 7.5% from 8%. OECD reduced the India's real GDP by 6.9% in fiscal year 23 and 6.2% in fiscal year 24. OECD is your Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. As per the RBI's estimate, Indian economy is set to grow at 7.2% for fiscal year 23. Earlier, that was at 7.8%. And Nomura, we see that India's Nomura has cut the India's 23 GDP growth forecast to 4.7%, which was earlier at 5.4%. So World Bank gave 7.5%, and now Nomura gave 4.7%. And if we are talking about Morgan Stanley, they have given 7.2%. If we talk about JP Morgan only, remember JP Morgan's was the first organization or first bank to launch a virtual launch in metaverse. What was the name of it? It was Onyx. Moving on. Next, we are talking about the fourth richest person in the world, and he is Gautam Adani, with a total valuation of around 114 billion US dollar. He secured the fourth position in the Forbes list of real-time ranking of the world's billionaires list. He surpassed Microsoft founder Bill Gates, who is at fifth position now with $102 billion. If we talk about Elon Musk, he is at first position with $230 billion net worth in the first place of the Forbes list of the world's richest person. Alright, if I ask you where is the headquarter of Forbes, so remember it is in New Jersey, United States of America, the headquarter of Forbes. Next we will be talking about a Malayalam filmmaker. KP Kumaran has been honored with JC Daniel Award 2021, that is the Kerala's highest film award. I repeat, this information, this particular heading is enough for you to remember this, that Malayalam filmmaker KP Kumaran has been honored with the JC Daniel Award. And what is this JC Daniel Award? This is the Kerala's highest film award. I repeat, what is the Kerala's highest film award? It is JC Daniel Award. And to whom was this award being awarded? He is Malayalam filmmaker KP Kumaran. So remember the name, KP Kumaran was awarded with the JC Daniel Award 2021. That is the Kerala's highest film award. Alright. Next, Jayanti Prasad has taken the charge as the whole-time member of IBBI. What is IBBI? IBBI stands for your Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. So Jayanti Prasad, a 1986 batch Indian Audit and Account Service officer and former Deputy Comptroller and Auditor General of India, has taken as the charge as the whole-time member of the IBBI. Prior to this, he had various key positions at the Office of Comptroller and Auditor General of India in the United Nations. So coming back, Jayanti Prasad has taken as the whole-time member of charge of the whole-time member of IBBI. Important. Next we will be talking about two retirements. Dinesh Ramdeen and Landell Simmons. They both are from West Indies. They are related to cricket and they have announced their retirement from the international cricket. Then another important retirement is of Ben Stokes. He is a very famous legendary cricket player. He is from England and he has taken retirement from the ODI cricket, that is your one day international only. Ben Stokes. Next we'll be talking about a book, that is The Resilient Entrepreneur, that was authored by Dhruti Shah. I repeat, there is a book that is The Resilient Entrepreneur that was authored by whom? Dhruti Shah. Alright, highly important. And the full name of this book is The Resilient Entrepreneur, Strategies to Set You Up for Success. That was authored by Dhruti Shah. It was launched in presence of entrepreneurs from Singapore, India and United States of America. And this book will be published by Ocean Reeve Publishing House. Next we are talking about Flipkart. Flipkart has signed a pact to launch skill training initiative in Bihar for e-commerce logistics sector. I repeat, Flipkart has signed a pact to launch skill training initiative in Bihar for the e-commerce logistics sector. Aim here, as we know, directly you can think, it is to provide skills. It is to create a pool of skills, supply chain operation talent and impart relevant industry training and knowledge. Key points here is, remember that Flipkart expanded its Supply Chain Operations Academy to accelerate skill building in Bihar for e-commerce logistics sector. This SCOA was launched in October 2021. And what is SCOA? Supply Chain Operations Academy. Alright, what will be the aim here? It is to create a pool of skilled supply chain operation talent and impart relevant industry training and knowledge. That means it is to provide the right skill to the person so that can be help in them, for that can be help for them to get a job. So if they will be having a skill, they can easily use that skill to get a defined job. Moving on. So Flipkart, they signed a pact with Bihar State Skill Development Mission to launch initiatives of the Supply Chain Operations Academy in Bihar. So indirectly we can say Flipkart signed a pact with which state to provide skills to the person there? It was your Bihar state. Or in particularly, remember, it was your Bihar State Skill Development Mission with which Flipkart had signed a pact to provide skills to the people there that they can use them in order to get a job later. So friends, that was all your session for today. Now we'll be moving to the one-liner format. Alright, recently a 29-member panel was set up to make MSP effective. India introduced the first unique model to standardize civil service training institutions. ONDC has expanded to 50 new cities and partners with Snapdeal for Pan-India access. RINL has signed an MOU with STPI to establish a Center of Excellence in Visakhapatnam. PM Narendra Modi has unveiled the sprint challenges for Indian Navy in New Delhi. Harghar Tiranga campaign, a tricolor to be hosted at the top of 20 crore homes during the Independence Day. Union Labour Minister Bhupendra Yadav has attended BRICS 8th Labour and Employment Ministers meeting for the year 2022. India's shares of remittance from Gulf region declined in fiscal year 21 as per the RBI survey on remittances. Central government declares zero coupon, zero principal instruments as securities. CSIR's department CECRI and Godi India have signed a memorandum of agreement for large-scale advanced lithium ion cells manufacturing in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Where this manufacturing take place? Chennai, Tamil Nadu. And as of now, India is importing maximum number of its lithium ion cells from China or South Korea. Morgan Stanley has trimmed the India's GDP forecast for the year fiscal year 23 to 7.2%. Gautam Adani secured the world's fourth rank on the Forbes billionaires list and Elon Musk secured the first position. Malayalam filmmaker KP Kumaran has honored with the JC Daniel Award, that is the Kerala's highest film award. Important. Jayanti Prasad has taken the charge as the whole-time member of IBBI. Next, Jitendra Singh has inaugurated IS-40M to safeguard the space assets and 60 startups were registered with ISRO. Dinesh Ramadin and Landell Simons, they both are from West Indies, they both are cricketer and they both have retired. It's announced the retirement from international cricket. England's Ben Stokes has also announced retirement from the ODI, that is your one day international cricket. The new book, that is The Resilient Entrepreneur, was authored by Dhruti Shah. Flipkart has signed a pact with BSDM to launch a skill training initiative for the e-commerce logistics sector in Bihar. So that's all for the day, friends. Now we will be moving to the homework part. So let's discuss the homework that is helpful for you, and I want everyone to comment below the answer of these homework questions. First question is, when is the World Day for International Justice observed? Second, which Indian sportsperson won the Singaporean Open 2022 championship title? Third, which institution organizes the Bharat Rang Mahotsav 2022? Fourth, what is the name of the submarine that was recently decommissioned from the Indian Navy? Also important, it was decommissioned after 35 years of service from Visakhapatnam. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Managing Director and CEO of National Stock Exchange Limited? Tell me. So friends, that's all for the day. These were your questions. I want you all to comment below the answer of these homework questions. More the merrier, alright, better. So that's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.